Welcome back to the Popcorn Hour. I'm Matt, and this is James, and today we're discussing the Dark Knight Trilogy.
Yep.
All right. But before we get into that, what have you watched?
The Dark Knight Trilogy and Peacemaker.
Okay.
I
Did you like that we're on episode 4? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like episode 4?
It was weird because I'm pretty sure episode 4 was a different director,
Oh.
and I had to keep pausing it. It just felt like some of the dialogue didn't really stick, so I just felt like the writing felt a little off.
I agree. I think I also
honestly
don't like how
don't
they're
even
like
remember what happened.
it was a filler episode in my opinion. Like not a whole lot happened, but I think
The door.
yeah, the door. But I'm not into this season.
Really?
Yeah, and I think it's because, James Gunn said, here's the first 5 episodes, but I'm not giving you 6, 7, and 8. So I think I think there's like some big stuff happening, but like I'm more excited to see what that is. Like let's get through all of this and get to the point.
I think they're doing what Invincible did for season 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think season 3 was the first half was kind of fillery, lackluster-ish, and then the last like 3 episodes were insane. So I think that this is what they're doing, because then it's gonna be really good. But I guess this is kind of a hot take. I prefer the season 2 intro.
I don't
season
like it.
1.
I skip it.
I always skip season 1. I haven't skipped season 2.
The intro for season 2 just seems uncomfortable. Like everybody seems uncomfortable.
There's
like
a
not
weird
as much
dark tone to like
Yeah.
the very first part of it.
Somebody said that like if you look at the intro, it could point possibly to who's gonna die. Because there's people that like look like they're dead, and then there's some that are like their eyes are still open and it's fine, and it could show who's dying, which it could be interesting if that's actually true. But I just feel like this season's not.
Actually, the stuff with Michael Rooker was pretty funny,
Yeah.
and we actually got to meet him.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I did.
Sucks to suck. Yeah, we met him during, like, right before
Walking Dead thing,
or right after Guardians 2 came out.
Ah.
Yeah, he was really cool.
Nice.
But actually, I also saw something. Rick Flag Sr. has been in every DCU project so far. Creature Commandos, Superman,
Oh, yeah.
Peacemaker.
Yeah. That is true.
And I'm pretty sure he's going to be in Superman Man of Tomorrow. I don't know if he's going to be in Clayface. He might be. I don't know.
On their like Peacemaker podcast,
Yeah.
or no?
I didn't realize
Maybe-
that Joel Kinnaman was Swedish. I was listening to it. I didn't know that he was Swedish.
Oh really? I didn't know.
Yeah.
That. Oh, that's weird. I saw him in Hawaii.
Yeah. I tell people that.
Really?
I literally told one of my friends about that last night.
Nobody seemed to believe me. Even like when I sent a picture, like slyly, it wasn't a great picture, but it was like, hey, it's this guy. I didn't know his
it's
name.
RoboCop.
Yeah, I think that's what I said because I couldn't think of his name at the time. But yeah,
Yeah, I didn't realize that he was Swedish. It's
I
really
didn't
weird
know
when you hear him talk, because he almost sounds like, remember in Grown Ups when they're at the pool and then the dude is like flexing and then walks over and he's like, "Hey, what's up, ladies?"
that. Oh yeah.
He doesn't have that, but sometimes you'll hear like a Swedish like accent come
Yeah.
out in certain words.
One of those, I don't know if it was the Peacemaker podcast or one of the other ones, but Frank Grillo was on there, and he said that the scene from when he's taking Superman in is the same scene that or the same street that he arrested Captain America in Civil War. So I thought that was funny.
That's funny.
Yeah. Okay. I watched Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, The Dark Knight Trilogy, and Weapons.
Again?
Yeah. Well, Elizabeth hasn't watched it.
Did you go to...
No. We rented it last night.
What'd she think?
She didn't like it.
No.
She thought it was dumb. I don't think she got it, but...
Speaking of horror movies, this is off topic, but we just got some new posters for him.
Mm-hmm.
Really interesting.
Nice.
I'm really excited for this movie. Comes out this Friday, actually.
Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah. What else did I watch? We watched the first half of Wednesday, season 2. We're not into it this year. I think everything is too predictable in this show.
I didn't watch season 1.
Season 1 was really good.
Dad watched it.
Yeah.
I think Dad liked Adam's Family a lot.
Yeah. Season 1 was really good. Season 2 is kind of lackluster for me. I think we're on episode 5 or 6, and we haven't picked it back up.
This is off topic, but have you ever seen The Munsters?
Mm-hmm.
I like that show.
Yeah, that's a good show.
They have it at Walmart for pretty cheap, the whole series for like,
really?
like $15, I think. I almost bought it the other day.
Nice.
Okay, you ready to get into this shtick?
Yeah.
Do you want to do our rankings first? Or do you want to do that last?
Let's do that last. Let's go through each movie and our thoughts and some facts, things like that, and then we can kind of bring it all together at the end.
So, real quick, if you don't know the story of why Christopher Nolan became the guy to direct this movie, the first project that he did was called The Following, and then he did Memento, and then he did Insomnia. And he pitched the idea of Inception, and then they were like, "You're not a big enough director to do something on that scale.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Batman."
That's weird.
And he made Batman Begins with no intention of making it a trilogy.
Right.
So at the end, when he did like the sequel baiting, he just did that because he thought it was like a cool nod, like, oh, like if we did do another movie, Joker would probably be in it. But he had no intention of doing.
Oh, you're talking about like at the end of each movie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or at the end of the first one.
End of the first one, yeah.
He didn't really have a plan to want to do a trilogy because he did Batman Begins, The Prestige, Dark Knight, Inception, Dark Knight Rises.
Okay. That's a cool fact. So, let's start with Batman Begins, I guess. Obviously, Christopher Nolan directed it. Music, Hans Zimmer.
Yep.
And James Newton Howard. The budget was $150 million, and the box office $373 million worldwide. So not bad. Not bad. What I like about these movies is that they're they're more realistic.
Except for Batman Begins.
Batman Begins is the only one that's not.
Batman Begins is the only one that's like almost fantastical.
Yeah.
Or almost like a setup to be fantastical. I thought this one is a much more accurate depiction of the Batman Year One comic compared to the Batman, even though the Batman is based on Year One, even though that was like what, year 2 or 3?
Yeah. 2.
Yeah. But like this one, I like how they kind of had a moment like they do. Like my favorite moment in the comic is he attempted to be Batman, and like kind of how he does when he fights the prisoners at the opening, like the second scene. But he tries to do that, and in the comic, and then just kind of fails, and then he's like confused, like he says in Batman Begins, like as a man I can be corruptible, I can be ignored, whatever. But he's like, as a symbol, I can be incorruptible, whatever. In the comic, he's like sitting in like the dining hall of Wayne Manor, like bleeding everywhere, just like staring at the picture of Martha and Thomas Wayne. And he's like, "Pleased Father, I've waited 18 years. Show me what I have to do." And the bat comes like crashing through the wall or through the window.
Okay.
And then he's like, "Oh, that's it, the bat."
Yeah.
And then they kind of have like some moments like that, like the bat's coming out of when he's like trying to figure out what symbol he needs to be, and he goes down in the cave. Yeah. And then he embraces his fear of bats.
Right, because they did so. I'm not a fan of origin stories.
This is one of my favorites.
Yes. Well, I was thinking about it today, and if you look, so we have, Batman with Michael Keaton, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. None of those are origin stories. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 scenes that like point back to it, but none of them are origin stories. And then, as far as live action, then we get the Batman Begins.
And then, but we also get like.
So this is really the only well, because the Batman was not an origin story. We get a quick little scene in Batman versus Superman at the very beginning. But that I feel like that's not necessarily his origin story because then it just cuts to the
Metropolis
Superman,
just
yeah,
getting destroyed.
yeah. So this is really the only Batman origin story we get live action.
Yeah, well, because he was even Christopher Nolan when they started this was actually he was like kind of confused of what he could and couldn't do. Like he was like, do we have to do the yellow symbol or like the circle around the emblem?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, are we allowed to do this with it? Are we allowed to change this?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, bro, you got free range to do what you want.
Yeah, and I'm glad it was Christopher Nolan that they told that to because if it was anything else, we probably wouldn't have had good Batman movies.
Well, the weird thing,
not everybody would do that, but like there are probably certain directors that probably would have gone way over than what they should have.
I wonder how different the TASM movies would have been if Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy didn't exist.
Oh yeah, it was around the same time. Yeah,
because all the superhero movies right after just tried to copy it. Because like people apparently told Robert Downey Jr. right when Iron Man came out, they're like, this will do until the Dark Knight comes out.
Yeah.
But one thing that I'll mention more once we get into like the cinematography of everything is these movies are the movies that made Christopher Nolan like find his style, and you can really see that through each one. You can see each of his styles that he does in all of his films,
right?
In these, and then you can see that through the cinematography, the score, the acting, the set design, and like
going back, you can kind of see it in Inception, which is
like the Prestige is so much. You can tell that Batman Begins and The Prestige were made by the same director.
Yeah.
And then you can tell, like, Dark Knight. And, like, if you look at the opening scene from The Dark Knight and the opening scene from Tenet, you'd be like, this is the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. So, obviously, the cast, Christian Bale plays Bruce Wayne, Batman. Michael Caine, who I thought was a really good Alfred.
I don't know if he'll ever be beat on performance. Live action.
Yeah, I think. Well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul.
That is such a it throws me off that Liam Neeson has some crazy roles. Like I never processed that Liam Neeson is Qui-Gon Jinn in Star Wars.
Same thing with this one. Like you don't really see it. Katie Holmes plays Rachel Dawes, which
she gets recasted.
Most people didn't like her as
Rachel
in that movie. I think a lot of people think she kind of fell flat. I don't necessarily agree with that. Cillian Murphy as Jonathan Crane, Scarecrow, I think was a really good, based off of Cillian Murphy's eyes, made a really good Scarecrow.
Well, that's literally why he was casted.
Yes.
It's because Christopher Nolan was like, because he auditioned for Batman and Christopher Nolan was like, he doesn't fit Batman, but I love his eyes.
Yeah, which is that's weird. But yeah, because like his eyes in the mask, I think, and just there's just something about him when he's just Jonathan Crane, where you could tell like something's off about that guy.
When he's like, "You want to see my mask?"
Yeah,
and then he's like, "No, I don't care," or whatever. It's just the scenes are great. Or when he's like talking to Rachel in Arkham Asylum.
Oh, okay.
That scene is awesome.
Yeah.
As well.
We have Morgan Freeman as Lucius Fox. I don't think nobody can beat that.
No, nobody. It's weird because Morgan Freeman just plays every character the same.
Mm-hmm.
But this one was just amazing when he's like, especially in Batman Begins, he has like the funniest moments because he's like, I'm going spelunking.
Yeah.
And then he's like, do you typically like get shot at when you go spelunking? Or he's like, I'm going parasailing.
Yeah, those small little moments where Bruce has to lie.
The tumbler, and he's like, oh, what's that? And he goes, oh, it's the tumbler. You wouldn't like it.
Yeah, and then they get into it. Yeah. Gary Oldman as Jim Gordon. He's going to be hard to beat as well as Jim Gordon. I think he did a really good job. Gary Oldman can just do anything.
Yeah.
And so those are pretty much the main cast. And so we get into the actual origin story of Batman. And I think the only weird thing is that it kind of goes back and forth a little too much at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like you're there where he's traveling the world, going through he's in the prison system in a different country, and then he meets Ducard, which is later revealed. Okay. Spoilers from now on.
Oh, yeah. If you haven't seen these movies, what?
Yeah. Go watch them.
Go. Just go.
Okay. Ducard, played by Liam Neeson, who we later find out is Ra's al Ghul. And then he goes and travels to where he needs to go to meet Ra's al Ghul.
And he must collect a blue Himalayan flower.
Yes, and then we kind of go through that little aspect a little bit, and then it kind of cuts to when
Joe Chill is on trial.
Yeah, and he comes back from college or university, and so that one is kind of weird to me.
I like that one like the most. No one ever talks about those scenes, but we see like Bruce Wayne just lost, and Christian Bale does a really good job at being like four different types of Bruce Wayne, and then eventually becoming himself as Batman. The only thing that throws me off is the only way that they made him look younger is if you're watching the video version of this makes sense because I have the same hair. They just do this.
Yeah.
And
I think that's what makes it weird for me is his hair.
Yeah, because they literally just pull it down.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yeah.
But he's like lost, and then he goes to the Iceberg Lounge, and then he sees all of the corrupt like politicians, legal officials, cops, whatever. And then Falcone is like, or is it Maroni?
No, it's Falcone.
Yeah, Falcone. Falcone's like, you can't beat the system or whatever. Like, I control everything.
Yeah.
And then Bruce Wayne just kind of hits a turning point, and then he leaves out.
Yeah.
And actually, something I realized last time watching this, I noticed this maybe 3 watches ago. I watch these movies 2 or 3 times a year. The homeless guy that he gives his jacket to, in The Dark Knight Rises, he's like leaving, and he's like, nice jacket. Same homeless guy, same jacket that Bruce gave him.
I didn't catch it. I didn't catch that. Okay. Yeah. So that first little bit where it kind of keeps cutting back and forth, like even when they're children and he falls in the well.
I think it's because of Memento, because Memento is completely out of order and nonlinear.
Okay.
But I do like how this movie is nonlinear for only like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. Because then we get right back on track and it's fine. And a lot of Batman Begins feels rushed, like the training aspect of it.
Oh, that goes by so fast.
So then him just burning down the temple, that was very quick. And I didn't.
Also, he kills so many people in these trilogies. He killed everyone in that building.
Yes.
He threw the branding thing.
Yeah.
Set the whole building on fire. Killed everyone.
Yeah. But he saved Ducard, which was his biggest mistake of this movie.
Yep. I did like this effect that they do when he takes like the fear toxin or whatever, and it's almost like pulsing. I realized that he did a similar effect, but practically in Oppenheimer. In Oppenheimer, there's these scenes where Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer, is like just tweaking out. And then it's like the background is doing that. And they found like a practical way of doing it, which is just a projector displaying the same thing, the same background, but then someone's like literally like has a massage gun to it or whatever. And so
really?
it's like shaking.
Oh, okay. So that wasn't done this way for this one? Oh, okay.
But they like turned this effect into a practical effect.
Oh, okay.
That helps build anxiety or whatever. The
That's
fear
pretty
toxin
cool.
stuff is amazing in this movie.
Yes.
Like Batman's like, when his face kind of looks like Batman Beyond, and he's got like all the goo coming out of his mouth, and then at the end when Scarecrow's on the horse.
Didn't they make that practical, or like the suit itself?
Yeah,
The suit itself was practical, and then they added the stuff kind of coming out of his mouth. Yeah, okay. Because I've seen like a statue of it or of some kind. I like when he's training with Ducard. And they're on the ice.
What's funny about that is they lost the footage when they first filmed it, so they only had a day to do it, and they lost it, or like it wasn't good. So the next day, the ice was melting, and they had to do it. And they said that while they were doing it, they could like feel and hear the ice cracking.
So is the ice cracking real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And the scene where they're like sitting by the fire right after, and then Christian Bale is like freezing, and the Ducard is like. Rub your chest. Yes. Your arms will do the rest.
Yes.
They knew that was complete, like that was just false.
Yeah.
But Christopher Nolan was like, we can't put that in the movie because what if like Boy Scouts are like out in the woods and they're like, oh, we saw this in a Batman movie. Just rub your chest.
Well, funny about that is whenever in the army, if I was ever like at PT and it was wintertime, or like in the field and it was cold.
That's what you did?
No, I thought about it. I thought about it. I was like, I should rub my chest, but I know that's not real. I'm just gonna freeze to death out here, waiting for people to do what they need to do so we can leave. So that was funny. But that, especially that specific scene, there's kind of foreshadowing for Dark Knight Rises, which is pretty cool when you think about it, because in Dark Knight Rises they tell the exact same story of him. He had a love, he lost her,
yes,
things like that, and then it's just told in the Dark Knight Rises. So that's pretty cool. When you
wait,
watch all three
does
of
he
them together.
mention Bane or
No.
like mention a mercenary at all?
Nope. I don't think so. No.
Hmm.
It's just like it's his love story type thing, which is why he is where he is. So obviously, like him being Ra's al Ghul, he's not the typical Ra's al Ghul.
I do like how he appears in the prison, and then in Dark Knight Rises does the same thing.
Yeah. But yeah, and then Bruce Wayne obviously takes some inspiration when he making the suit with his gauntlets, which is nice.
I like how he actually uses them, because I don't like it when Batman doesn't actually use them. The one thing I do hate about this movie is the suit. Why? Even though it is probably, I'd like it probably more. I don't know, actually. I like all the suits, both of them, except for the cowl on this one. There's one shot in The Dark Knight before he gets his new suit, where it just looks terrible.
Really?
But I hate how the emblem does not match the bat signal that's on the posters or the batarangs or any other bat-shaped thing. The emblem is different, and I hate.
Yeah, it's more of a traditional bat. It's more like this.
Yeah.
I actually really like this bat suit. I think it's one of the only live-action bat suits where, like the actual cape kind of
goes over the shoulders,
and you can kind of, if he lands, like the cape shrouds the ground.
Yeah.
Which I've seen a lot of people say that they want that for DCU's Batman, which would be really cool. I think visually it looks so good. I actually really like the suit altogether. Like
I just don't like how the emblem doesn't match.
The only thing that makes it weird for me is the gauntlets aren't necessarily attached to his gloves. Like they're completely different gloves, and then he puts the gauntlets over it. That's the only thing that looks funny to me, but I actually really, really, really like this suit.
This is also the only Batman. This trilogy and the Batman don't do suit ups.
No.
At all.
No. This trilogy kind of gets to that point of suiting up, but doesn't really do the suit up, because like the suits kind of always rise.
Yeah. I am disappointed that we never got to. The only time that we got to see Bruce Wayne without the helmet on is in The Dark Knight when Rachel dies. Yes. But he looks so cool. I would have liked it if he walked around the cave with just no helmet, just the suit.
Yeah. So let's talk about the cinematography. What do you like about it?
So the cinematography in this one compared to the other two, it's like Christian Nolan kind of finds his signature shots and his general style. And then this one is very more close up and more like personable, but then it's just very close and then very extremely wide. There's not really. It's a little generic-ish, but like I really like the shots of the tumbler on the rooftops, and we see like the perspective of the helicopter. Yeah, that was really cool. The establishing shots of Gotham do throw me off a little bit because it's obvious that it's just a city landscape with a miniature in it, and the same with the monorail. It's obvious.
The monorail scenes, yeah,
it does stick out. That's CG. Yeah, and I don't like how the monorail isn't ever mentioned again. No, after this one.
No, and there's not even like, you could tell it's where it used to be, but it's not there anymore. Like it's completely gone after this movie.
And the city change is just weird because it goes from miniature to Chicago to just New York.
Yeah. Yeah. So they used Chicago for Gotham's exterior cityscape. And then obviously like the CG and miniature scale for actual parts of Gotham. This Gotham feels way darker than Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises.
It just feels so much like this movie. Watching it, just tonality wise, just feels so much like Insomnia, which is the other Christian Nolan movie, and The Prestige. Like there's just so much that's like reminiscent with those two, even though The Prestige came out after. But like it's just so reminiscent.
Yeah.
Especially with like it, like the colors that are brought out are just more strange. It's almost like they're more saturated, but they're all more muted. And there's a lot of like these like forest greens coming out and these like darker blues.
Okay. Yeah. I agree with that. And especially with like some of the practical effects, I think really make certain things stand out. Obviously, the tumbler is real. It could literally jump 30 feet and accelerate up to 60 miles an hour, which is pretty cool.
All the
but I hate
main vehicles. I like how each movie has a vehicle.
Yeah.
And all of them are practical. Like the Batwing.
Bat. Yeah.
Or they just called it the Bat, right?
Yeah, they just call it the Bat, which I didn't
That's
like,
fully practical. Like
Yeah.
you can watch the behind the scenes, and they're literally flying around the city with this thing on a crane.
And the Bat cycle as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it didn't actually rotate.
No, it didn't. I don't like the Batmobile. I don't like the tumbler. I hate it.
Why?
Because I think it's too much.
I like how it looks like a bat. Well, the cow. It looks like the cow. Like the eyes and then like the nose.
Yeah. I just don't. I've never been a fan of it at all. I think it's overkill. But the fact that it is practical is pretty cool. But yeah, I've never really liked it at all. So I also don't like the bat in Dark Knight Rises.
That one's got a weird shape.
Yeah, it's more. It doesn't remind me of a bat. It reminds me of a bug.
Yeah.
Like, especially like the underneath of it.
Yeah.
Like an exoskeleton type. That's what it reminds me of. It doesn't remind me of a bat. I would have liked a more traditional Batwing, even though, like, that is more practical, I guess, in this type of universe.
Because this one's the bat is more like a helicopter.
Yeah. But the Bat Cycle in Dark Knight.
Batpod?
Huh?
Batpod?
Yeah. I want one.
A lot of people make their own.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people that have them. And I would, if I ever become rich, I would buy one and hope that it does. All I have to do is turn and the wheels turn as well. That would be really cool to do.
Would you like flip off of walls?
Yeah, I just want to. I think it would be cool to just have a bunch of land and just have that and just
drive around
on the land with it.
Would you have like turrets on it?
Yes. Yeah, they might not work, but at least for the look, it would be really cool. What's your favorite scene?
My favorite scene. I was thinking about this the other day when I was watching it. I really enjoy. I do think the scene with Scarecrow, the first time Batman and Scarecrow interact, and he gets set on fire, is rushed, but I feel like that had potential. I really enjoy a lot of the scenes with Thomas Wayne talking to Bruce. But I just love the training at the beginning, or like the opening fight when he's like, stop dragging me away or whatever, and they're like, it's for protection. He's like, I don't need protection. They're like, for them. That's up there. That's a really tough question for this one, but I would probably say. Man, that is a tough question.
For me, I would say visually, my favorite scene is after the tear gas gets everybody, and then like that sequence is really good, especially with like the horse.
That was my favorite one for a while.
That's really cool, but I think as my overall favorite scene is at the shipyard.
My favorite overall scene is when Bruce goes to see Falcone.
Oh, okay. That's weird for a Batman film.
It's a really humbling scene
Yeah.
with Bruce. And I love the before of Rachel, like finding out that Bruce had a gun and planned on killing Joe Chill.
Oh yeah, and then she just slaps
And then she
him
just slaps the crap out of him.
multiple times.
And then she's like, if you want to go do something about it, go talk to him in there right now. And then he leaves for 7 years.
Yeah. My favorite scene, I think, has to be at the shipping yard. And that's when he's like...
Where are you?
Well, not
Here.
that. Yeah. Yeah. And then... I'm Batman.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Like, I think it just solidifies, like, we're getting Batman.
My favorite... I know they used it a lot in the trailer, but was the "Where are you?" And he's like, "Here."
Yeah,
I do like his Batman voice in this one, because what's interesting is Robert Pattinson actually based his voice off. Like he was like, "I'm gonna do this weird thing where I'm just gonna like whisper." And they're like, "That's what Christian Bale did." And it's like if you go back and watch the trailer for Batman Begins, he's just whispering.
Yeah, there's not that like obnoxious growl to his voice or grovel to his voice. He doesn't have
that like weird face that he does.
Yeah, I think Christian Bale's face works better with this bat suit than the Dark Knight suit
because it like pushes his nose down.
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah, it's so weird. Yeah, I don't like it, and I don't like his voice in the Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises. But this one, like, it's more.
I can kind of like get by with it, but there's just a few shots or a few scenes that it's just like, what?
Yeah.
For example, in the Dark Knight. When he knocks out Harvey at the party, and then Rachel's like, "What are you doing?" And then he just like does the Batman voice, and he's like, "They're coming for him."
Yeah,
and it just sounds
weird,
especially because he's not even wearing the suit.
Yeah, yeah. So they did use real bats there for filming, and then supplemented with some CG. And speaking of his voice, he did lose his voice several times doing the Batman growl, which makes a lot of sense, but which is really cool.
Even in Dark Knight Rises, the voice that you hear is enhanced because he just did the same voice that he did in Batman Begins. So when they were at the premiere, he was like a little startled. Right?
Yeah, I didn't care for it. So some weak points that I had is Katie Holmes I don't think she did. I think she did a good job, but I felt like her performance was a little
lackluster.
Yeah, more two-dimensional.
I liked Maggie Gyllenhaal a lot more.
I didn't think she did that much better, honestly.
Really? I thought I think it's just because she had more like emotionally involved scenes.
Yeah.
In the Dark Knight.
Yeah, that's true.
Like when her and Harvey have like their last moment.
Yeah.
But then the Batman Begins, like the most emotional one is probably her slapping Bruce for trying to kill Joe Chill.
Yeah, or at the end when he like leaves and that's when she figures out who he is or who Batman is. Those two right there are probably the most emotional.
Or when she's dying.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. Every time, like if I'm coming home from somewhere with Jackson and he hasn't napped yet, and I can tell that he's like when we leave the house and I'm coming home with him and I could tell that he's about to fall asleep. I'm like trying to rush home and I'm trying to talk to him and stuff and I know it's not working, and then like immediately that scene just pops into my head all the time, and I'm just trying to get him home before he falls asleep, because once he falls asleep it's over for him. So, and then he stays up all night. So yeah, that every time that happens, that's what I think of. Another thing that I didn't kind of fell flat for me was the final act. It felt rushed. So the whole monorail thing it felt rushed. I felt like the fight scene for it felt rushed.
He also fully just kills him.
Yeah.
Again. But he has a pretty cool line. He's like, "I know your one rule. You won't kill." And he goes, "Yeah, doesn't mean I have to save you." And then just...
Which, is not the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. But that felt very rushed to me, and I felt like we could have expanded on that a little bit more.
I also feel like my biggest issue with all three of these is myself, because I've seen them so many times to where a lot of because there's so many like little twists in The Dark Knight that just don't really get me anymore, because I'm like, I know what happens. So it's like, or even Dark Knight Rises, like I don't.
Yeah.
Like, I know what happens.
Right.
So, and I'm anticipating everything, so it feels obviously a little quicker.
Right. Yeah. Anything else you want to discuss on this one before we move on to The Dark Knight?
No, you ready to do the...
Yeah.
You want to start off with quotes or trivia?
Let's do quotes.
Okay. I have... You want to go first, or do you want me to?
Go for it. Go for it.
Let's go with...
So this is Who Said It.
Yeah, so this is... So we'll be saying... I'll be saying a quote, and he has to guess who said it. I'm not who I am underneath, but what I do, that defines me.
Batman.
Yep. If you make yourself more than just a man, if you devote yourself to an ideal, you become something else entirely. A legend.
Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah. But when he says it, he's Ducard.
Ducard, yeah.
Why do we fall, sir? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up.
Wait, say that part again?
Why do we fall, sir?
Oh, Alfred.
It's because of the
Bruce Wayne.
sir.
Yeah, it's the sir that got me.
But if I said, why do we fall? So
Yeah.
we can learn to pick ourselves up, it's because his dad
Thomas Wayne. Yeah.
says that.
Yeah. All right. Dang, you took some of mine. A man is just flesh and blood and no, and can be ignored or destroyed, but a symbol can be incorruptible.
Bruce Wayne. He says it on the plane with Alfred.
Okay.
I believe that's when he says that.
If you make yourself more than just a man, if you devote yourself to an... Oh, wait, you already said that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you took all of mine, so...
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's okay. We can move on.
Okay. Ready for the questions?
Yeah.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
What is the name of the secret organization that Bruce trains with? This one's different because Christopher Nolan changed it.
It's the League of Shadows.
Yeah. Which is...
It's
right
like
a cooler
things.
Name than League of Assassins. League of Shadows?
Yeah.
That
kind of reminds me of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, though.
Yeah. The Foot Clan? Mm-hmm. What is... Well, this one kind of runs it. What does Alfred say to young Bruce after he falls in the well?
Why do we fall, sir?
So that we can pick ourselves up.
Yep.
Well, we already kind of talked about this. We'll see if you remember. What city is Gotham visually based on?
Chicago.
Yep.
All right. Again, you took one of mine, so... and we've already talked about one of these. Whose idea was the voice of Batman?
It was Christian Bale.
Yeah. Yeah. So he came up with the iconic growling Batman voice, wanting to show the distinct change between Bruce Wayne and Batman. Nolan didn't hear the full version until post-production, which I didn't know. That's pretty cool.
And it's also weird because Tom Hardy did that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Of a bare knuckle fighter, and the guy had this like weird accent, and then he went up to Christopher Nolan and was like, we could do the standard Darth Vader type of voice, or we could do something weird, and then Christopher Nolan went weird.
Yeah. Yeah. What was Scarecrow's mask based on?
Like a sack of potatoes? I don't know.
No, I mean it's a burlap sack, but like it more of like a ideal or
Let me guess. A scarecrow?
No.
No idea.
Psychology. Cillian Murphy's Scarecrow mask was designed to look like a twisted, low-budget psychiatrist's attempt at therapy.
Okay, I thought it'd be interesting if it was like similar to a Rorschach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but no, it was based on psychology, which I didn't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah, you took one of my other ones, so.
What was it? Was it Chicago?
Yeah. Yeah. I also had, it was the Tumblr reel.
Mm-hmm.
Or not.
There was miniature ones. The only time I think the miniatures look bad, I don't really think they look bad ever, but the only ones that are noticeable is Gotham City, Batman Begins, and then in The Dark Knight, when the tumbler crashes into the semi-truck and the semi-truck flips over, those are both miniatures. And the thing that like takes me out of it is the CG sparks. And then when the tumbler crashes on The Dark Knight, it's obvious that it's a scaled model because of the weight distribution.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's move on to The Dark Knight. So this is the second in the trilogy. It was released in 2008. Obviously, Christopher Nolan directed it. Hans Zimmer and James Newton Howard still did the music. The budget was 185 million, and box office was 1 billion.
What's interesting about this one is the shot of Heath Ledger holding his mask, and it has a back shot of him.
Yeah.
That is Christopher Nolan's signature shot now. But actually, if you like, there's set photos of it. If you look to the right of where he's standing, there is a Spider-Man 3 poster in the background.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Actually, we're already going to ask this one, so I'm going to answer it now before I forget. Favorite scene? One of them is definitely when Harvey Dent sees the Joker in the hospital. It's a little off-putting because it's like, it's obvious that he's the Joker, and then he just takes off his mask, and then Harvey just looks over at him and goes, "What?"
I kind of chalk that up to the burning kind of makes him, his vision isn't all there.
Yeah, I'm assuming that he's obviously going to be a little out of it.
Yeah, so because I feel the same way. I think it's a little weird. Like, it's obvious that it's the Joker, but I just kind of, to make myself feel better, just put it to where...
He kind of looked like Gladys, actually.
Yeah.
From Weapons.
Yeah. I guess we can get this one out of the way then. My favorite scene is probably the opening scene of the Joker, the back shot of the Joker. Or when Batman is trying to catch Scarecrow and he jumps on the...
So actually with that's an homage to American Psycho.
Is it?
So you've seen American Psycho, right? You know when he has the two prostitutes in his apartment and then kills one, and then one of them's running out and he's holding the chainsaw, and she goes down a spiral staircase and then he drops the chainsaw on her. That's... Yeah. And then also, there's like a lot of like smiley faces. So when Joker steals the ambulance, there's 2 bullet holes and then like a smile with bullets.
Oh.
And then the Funland like semi truck, which is interesting, is it's obvious that Joker has some sort of like military background. They opened both sides of the doors because of the recoil. The truck would have flipped over if they didn't open the backside.
Yeah.
Because the rocket launcher. But then there's also like a smiley face on there.
Oh, that's cool.
And then in Dark Knight Rises, there's like a little homage thing of when they had the statue of the Batman in City Hall.
Yeah, I literally just learned about that.
Yeah, the tables are shaped like the Joker.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So the scene in the hospital.
Yeah.
Aaron Eckhart, the guy that plays Harvey Dent, Two-Face, tells a really interesting story of how they were doing that scene. Is Heath Ledger was just like walking around the room, just kind of like to himself, just like whatever. And then they like just kind of, they didn't talk, but they were just kind of feeling the scene out. And then he, like at one point, just like raises his hand. I think I just hit the microphone. That might have been loud. My bad. He just raised his hand, and then Heath Ledger just like grabs it. And he was talking to how they like organically developed the scene without even talking, just filling out how the scene would go.
That's pretty cool.
And then he said walking back to their trailers, Heath Ledger looked at him and said, that's what acting is.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So Heath Ledger plays the Joker, and he does such a good job in this movie. And I know a lot of people, this is their favorite Joker, but I don't think I can necessarily say that it is my favorite Joker, because I think all Jokers are drastically different. Because
your favorite is the Jared Leto.
I wouldn't say that, no. I don't think he did, but I don't think that Jared Leto did a horrible job.
I just don't like the tattoos.
The tattoos are weird.
Like the smiley face thing, I don't mind that one. Yeah. I don't like the damaged.
Yeah. Some of the tattoos are kind of weird. But like, he's still a crazy person.
Yeah.
It still works.
This one's just a pimp.
Yeah, and I think that if we ever got the haircut, I think people might change their mind.
Yeah.
About
I do really want to see the haircut.
I do too. But I just don't think he had the opportunity to show. So like, I don't think it's fair to say that he's the worst Joker.
He went through some weird stuff because Heath Ledger obviously went full method for this. And what's interesting is he told the makeup artist, like department, he was like, it'd be interesting if I did it so it looked more homemade. And when they did it, they brought up the interesting fact that when he does it himself, he has makeup all over his hands.
Yes.
To show like how like maniacal it was, how he's just doing it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a cool little
Yeah,
aspect.
and he spent weeks in a hotel room
By himself.
Yeah,
Finding the accent, finding the voice, finding everything.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he passed away after this movie was made.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really sad
Yeah.
because I think he's been in some pretty good roles, and to have him continue like this would have been nice. But yeah, it's really sad that he passed away after this role.
I do wonder where his career would have gone after this.
Yeah,
especially within Christopher Nolan movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like I said, he did a really good job, and I really like this Joker a lot.
He's just so like unpredictable. Like
Yes,
everything he did, it kind of I feel like Christopher Nolan kind of found this philosophy with Heath Ledger of don't think about it, just feel it.
Yeah,
That's why a lot of people have an issue with Tenet, is because they say it in the movie and Christopher Nolan says it. Don't try to understand. Don't try to understand. Just feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a funny video of him. Someone was like, "My life." He read a tweet where someone said, "My life is like a Christopher Nolan movie. So much is happening, and I don't know what's going on." And then he was like, "Don't try to understand it. Just feel it."
That's.
And I feel like that's pretty good. That's what you kind of have to do with this Joker. Is since he's so unpredictable, you can't understand him. You just have to feel it.
Yeah, and what I like about this Joker is like you don't know his origin,
and he's like,
it's very like he changes it up based on who he's interacting with, which is nice. And I like the fact that I like the Red Hood like origin story, but I think I like it more if we don't know like where he come from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I like how he tells two different stories of how he got the scars.
Yes, and with the scars, like since those are makeup, like how Heath Ledger just kind of included the licking of the prosthetic or makeup. Yeah,
was like falling off.
Yeah,
so he kept licking his lips to keep it on, and that just became like a.
It added depth to the character.
Yeah, it was like a tick to the character.
Yeah,
but my biggest issue with what people say about this movie is that they're like, this movie would not be this movie. Or wouldn't be this good if the Joker wasn't in it. It's like,
well, duh.
Obviously, you're taking out you're taking the antagonist out of the movie.
Yeah. Now, if you're saying if you included a different character that was not played by Heath Ledger as the Joker, then yeah, you have a better argument at that. But if you're just saying like, yeah, if he wasn't in this movie, they wouldn't be what it is. But yeah, you're taking out the main bad guy. The main part of the story.
It's like watching Sound of Metal, which is an incredible movie, and then saying the movie wouldn't be the movie's only good because Riz Ahmed's character is deaf, or like saying, oh, if he wasn't deaf, the movie wouldn't be good. Mm-hmm. Obviously, that's the plot of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But my biggest but one thing I wish was kind of more recognized is how well Aaron Eckhart played Two-Face and how well his character is, especially when you see him after the attempted assassination on Gordon and he takes the Arkham prisoner with him, and then he's like kind of just, you see the first break in his psyche.
Yeah.
I really like how they do the lighting for this, because in film you don't want to have any hard shadows, which means you don't want to have any shadows where it's like completely like an abyss, like you can't see it at all, but they completely just ignore that, and then they like split his face, and one side is just completely dark, and then Batman shows up, and then it's not, but it's like the first break that we see in his psyche.
Yeah, I think Two-Face's whole story arc. I do too, and I think this was done really well. But I also feel the same with Batman Begins. I feel like it was rushed. And to have him die at the end I would have much rather had him in Dark Knight Rises. I think that would have been interesting because I think the makeup and the effects of the actual Two-Face was done really, really well, and I liked it a lot.
I love, like, there's not a scene with Two-Face that I don't like dislike at all. I love all of them. Mm-hmm. Like when he's at the bar and he just takes the shot of whiskey and you like see it go down his face.
Yes.
Oh, that just brutal.
Yeah, it was
but like
really good.
His teeth are CG. Mm-hmm. Everything is basically CG.
Yeah.
But it just looks amazing. Christopher Nolan was okay with that one being CG, but
yeah, because if you don't do CG, it'll probably look funny.
Yeah.
You'd get something maybe more of like Tommy Lee Jones's
I did
Two-Face.
not like that one at all.
I didn't either. But I do think that this Two-Face was better than Tommy Lee Jones' Two-Face. I didn't like the comedy act of Two-Face in Tommy Lee Jones's character.
I don't like the symmetrical.
Yeah, I don't either.
Line.
Even though this one is pretty symmetrical.
Yeah. I'm okay with this one.
But it makes sense when you look at like how it happened.
Yeah.
Maybe if there was like a burn mark on the other side and from where the fire got him and then like that could heal. Mm-hmm. But like obviously that other side was not.
I love the scene when he like wakes up in the hospital and he doesn't really know what's happening and he looks over and sees his coin and then he turns it over and then the scene is completely just muted and you just watch him lose it. Mm-hmm. And like rip off the bandage.
Yeah, it is really good.
It reminded me a lot of the animated series when he like takes off the bandage and you don't see his face and he like when it's revealed.
Yeah, he kind of flips out.
And then same with the hospital scene. Obviously, Christopher Nolan blew up a hospital for this.
Yeah.
But there's something really interesting with this one is when Heath Ledger gets obviously everyone knows the explosion didn't fully go off, so he kept hitting the button. Mm-hmm. But when he gets into the bus, if you look in the bus, you can see another camera crew in there.
Oh, really?
And there's actually a shot that is one of my favorite shots, and it's so amazing, but it's kind of sad that it doesn't fit into the scene at all. But it's just the bus driving, and then Heath Ledger just sitting there, and then you see the explosion in the background, and it is just an amazing shot. But it didn't fit for the scene.
Yeah,
and it almost kind of took away from the. Like they blew up a hospital.
Yes,
and it kind of took away from that.
Yeah.
So I liked how they showed the hospital.
Yeah, that's probably like one of my favorite facts is that like it didn't fully blow up, and so he just kind of improvised and just kept hitting it. And I think it added
just imagine
more.
What would have happened if the rest of the explosions didn't go off.
Yeah, I don't think it would have been as impactful
if he just did that and was like, okay.
Yeah. I think having the Joker in most of these scenes are really good, especially like when at the party, and he shows up and he's like, "Where is Harvey Dent?" And we get that, and then Batman shows up and he has Rachel, and then he's like, "Let her go." Poor choice of words.
I also like "You're a fighter." I like that, and then he goes, "Then you're gonna love me."
Yes.
And he's just like standing there.
Yeah.
But one thing I do like is he says that he is an agent of chaos, which implies that he is in control, but he doesn't have a plan. But when he grabs the dude's champagne, he throws the champagne in the air and then drinks an empty glass because he doesn't want any sort of thing to mess up his cognitive function.
Right.
Showing that he is an agent of chaos. He is in control of what is happening.
Yeah. The only thing I really don't like about this movie is how Batman fights. I think with the whole trilogy, I don't like
because he does this thing. I'm gonna look really stupid if you're watching the video version, but he like takes both hands and like turns and then does this like double punch.
Yeah,
but
even just like the weird
elbows,
the elbow.
I do like the sound though. It's like a. I can't even.
No.
It's like a.
Yeah, I just don't like any of the fight choreography of Batman in this. It's strange to me.
There's just so much like.
Yeah, and I feel like once he got his new suit, like it should look a lot better.
It's so much funnier. It's so funny though when he's like, "Oh, you want to be able to turn your head," and then he's like, "Sure, make backing in the garage a lot easier."
Yeah, but I think it's also like a nod to all the other Batman films, not just his.
Yeah, it reminds me of X-Men.
Oh yeah,
when he's like, "Why are we wearing this?" He's like, "Would you prefer yellow spandex?"
Yeah, and it just shows like, hey, no Batman has been able to turn their head, but I will be the first. And I really like this bat suit. I play it a lot when I play Arkham Knight.
Oh really?
Yeah, it looks really good on Arkham Knight.
Yeah, people hate it. I mean, the shoulders do look a little off, but
I think the only thing on Arkham Knight that makes it look weird is his neck. Because it makes his neck look longer than it actually is. But I like it. And I think, especially with Arkham Knight, it makes his gauntlets aren't huge, which is my biggest complaint about the Arkham
They
games.
slim them down too for that suit.
Yeah, but I really like this suit, and I like how one of my favorite scenes, which is practical, when they're in Hong Kong, and we finally first get to see his suit. Not fully, but like he's on top of the building and he's getting ready to go get Lau. I'm pretty sure that's practical. I know they film in Hong Kong.
I love that scene with Lau when he's like, "I'm really good. I have really good calculation." My friends and I used to quote that all the time. Like, I have really good calculation.
That's funny. Yeah. But this suit is really, really good. And I do like it better than Batman Begins suit. I know you definitely do. But
I just don't like the emblem is different.
Yeah. But at least in this emblem, it's right.
Yeah.
So there's that for you.
I do like how Christopher Nolan was just like, what if we made Heat, but Batman? And we probably should have mentioned this when we started. These movies aren't Batman movies. They're movies that have Batman in them.
Yeah. Everything is as realistic as it can be.
And Christopher Nolan tried to make it a film that has Batman in it. It's not a Batman film.
Right.
Trying to make it like an actual film. I like to... It's a little generic, but classify movies as either movies, film, or cinema. I consider these film... I can see a debate for cinema for Dark Knight. I can see a valid debate, but these to me are film.
I agree. Yeah. You said something earlier when we were talking about Batman Begins where you've seen him so many times that like some of the like upcoming scenes, like it doesn't surprise you anymore.
And this one does it the most.
Yes.
Because there's so many.
Yeah.
Like Gordon faking his death, Harvey.
That was what I was getting is Gordon faking his death and then like coming and he's just dressed in, SWAT gear and then he takes it off and he's like, I'm here.
I do really like the scene where Joker's clapping in the prison when Gordon becomes commissioner. That was Heath Ledger just started when they were filming that scene. He just started clapping, and then there's an error, I guess, in the interrogation scene where he, like, if you look to the far right when Batman throws him on the ground, you can see the entire camera crew for like a half a frame.
Oh, really?
In the reflection, and then Heath Ledger really did want Christian Bale to like actually hit him, so he is fully hitting him.
Right?
Not fully, but he is hitting him.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite scenes.
With the address also, it's a I don't remember the exact word, but it's a mirror address, kind of like how race car spelled backwards is race car. The addresses are the exact same, but they're flipped.
Oh yeah, because there's a lot of numbers. Yeah, that scene is really really good, especially like the dynamic between Batman and Joker, and Joker's not really taking this seriously. But Batman is, and he's like, you don't start with the head. Yeah. Then
the victim gets all fuzzy.
And then he smacks him, and he's like,
See?
See? Yeah, that's really good. The only thing about the scene is that I feel is weird is, again, the voice, where is she? And he's like screaming, where is she? Where is she? That kind of is a little wonky to me, mainly because I just don't care for the voice of Batman in this, but... Overall, it's really, really good. And I like how it's a small detail, but Batman takes the chair and puts it up against the door so that they can't get in. And he's just like, I'm dealing with this now. So I like that a lot.
And then I really like when it cuts back to the Joker's just sitting there and he goes, I've killed a lot of your friends. And he's like, in their final moments, you really find out who they are. And then he's like, so in a weird way, I've known your friends better than you ever did.
Yeah.
And he's like, would you like to know which ones were cowards?
Yeah, that's done really well, and I think Heath Ledger executed that perfectly.
Because then the guy is like, okay, and then he like starts cracking his knuckles, and then Heath Ledger just like cracks his neck. Like,
yeah. Ugh. And then he's just the person explodes because they got a phone in their belly.
He's like, he said the voices would go away.
Yeah, and then
is that a phone?
By that time, the Joker comes out with a hostage, and they're like, "What do you want?" I just want my phone call.
I just want
my phone call, and then that's when.
And then he calls.
Yeah, which causes the explosion. And I like how when he does the explosion, he like the force kind of pushes him forward a little bit, but like his hair is falling down and he kind of sits back up. And I think that was shot really, really well. Yeah. I've said it before. The Bat Pod is really, really good. Did you know it's created from scratch? And it took stunt drivers months to train with it, to use it.
I saw that thing.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
It's a weird
different.
shape.
Yeah, really weird shape. All right. Well, anything else you want to talk about on this one?
No, I think that's a great movie. Well, okay. Yeah, no, we'll talk about that one later. But yeah, this one's.
I have seen The Dark Knight.
Oh,
When it
really?
first came out,
you have?
Well, when it first came out, I watched, or on DVD, I watched it on repeat.
Yeah, for like a summer.
Yeah, like all the time. It was just turn it right back on. So this is definitely probably one of my top movies of all time.
That's fair.
I haven't made a list on Letterboxd yet because it's hard for me to do that, but The Dark Knight will always be on it.
You ready to go into trivia and quotes?
Yes.
Do you want me to go first again?
I'll go first. So I'll do quotes. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about that one. Christopher Nolan wrote Dark Knight with his brother, and his brother came up with that line, and Christopher Nolan says it still haunts him today because that is the best line. He says that is the best line in any of his films, and he didn't come up with it.
Yeah.
But that was said by Harvey Dent.
It's my favorite line of all movies.
Yeah.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Alfred.
Yeah.
Well, because Batman's trying to figure out what his angle is, what's going on, and then Alfred says, some men can't be bribed, bargained, or bullied. Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Yep. And then this one's super easy. Why so serious?
I think that's Lucius Fox, probably. No, it's obviously the Joker.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, quotes. The morality in a cruel world is unbiased, unprejudiced, fair. No, the only morality in a cruel world is chance, unbiased, unprejudiced, fair.
Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do I really look? Wait, no.
Can
I'm like
you
a
read
dog.
today?
Huh?
Can you read today?
No, the first sentence of this one will give it away, and then I completely forgot that I wasn't supposed to read it.
Oh, okay.
I'm like a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do with one if I caught it.
The Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. Sometimes the truth isn't good enough. Sometimes people deserve more. Sometimes people deserve to have their faith rewarded.
Batman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, there is one thing. What I think I really don't like about this movie is a specific scene after when Batman catches the Joker. I understand that Batman is like playing hurt, and he's exhausted and from getting up to that point. But what takes me out of it is like Christian Bale's face. Like, yeah,
That thing?
and like his mouth wide open, he's breathing heavy, and he's just kind of like,
Yeah.
it
Like when Joker's like, hit me.
yeah, and
I mean-
it just takes me out of the, like, when he's strung up upside down and he's giving his little final monologue. It's done really well, but Batman's face bothers me, and
Yeah.
it kind of takes me out for a second.
I do like when Joker is like, he's like, what'd you do to Harvey? And he's like, I took Gotham's White Knight and I brought him down to our level. And he's like, see, madness is like gravity. All it takes is a little push, and then he like completely pushes away from the camera.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a sense like, oh, he's about to fall.
Yeah.
And then he laughs maniacally because he's like, oh, I won. Batman killed me. I won. And then he catches him.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
And now we have questions.
Yeah.
You struggling?
Yeah, I don't like these. Never mind. You can go. Because you're one of... the semi truck, was it real or not? And then how did Heath Ledger get into character? We already talked about that, so you can go ahead. These ones kind of suck today.
This one's not good, but what object does Joker stick into Gamble's mouth when telling a Scar story? That's what he kills him with.
It's a knife.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any like good questions actually. The other one is, what vehicle does Batman chase Joker with? What vehicle does Batman chase Joker with?
Is it a Batpod?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have some good questions for the next one.
Okay.
So.
What? Well, I can have one. How did they film this? Like, what did they film it on or for?
What? What type of camera?
No, not necessarily. Yeah, camera.
Was it? I don't think it was IMAX film. Was it Dolby?
No, it was IMAX.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for most of it.
Well, the issue with IMAX film is you can't really use it indoors, because if you see a movie that says it was filmed in IMAX, or like it was entirely filmed in IMAX film, it wasn't. It's never been done. But
really,
yeah. But it's about to be with the Odyssey though. But they're so
100%
big.
IMAX.
Yeah, but the cameras are so big and loud that you can't do interior shot and stuff inside because they're so loud, and you can't do close-up stuff because it's too big, like in a room or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
but the Odyssey.
Nice. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just get on to The Dark Knight Rises.
Okay, so this is I've been thinking about this all day for like 2 days straight after I saw this. At the beginning, the opening scene, Bane is being captured, and Bane, the guy says to Bane, "If I take that mask off, will you die?" And then he says, "It'll be extremely painful." And then he says, "You're a big guy."
For you.
Bane wasn't replying to that question. Well, he was, but he was finishing his sentence. When he says, "If I take that mask off, will you die?" And he was saying,
"Oh, it'll be
it'll be painful for you."
Oh, that's cool.
But then he finishes it as well with "But you're a big guy."
Yeah.
For you. That is just so cool.
Yeah,
Bane is my favorite antagonist, though. I love Heath Ledger's Joker, but I just love Bane.
I like the dialogue of Bane in this.
I'm pretty sure when we watched it in theaters is when it first came out, and so they hadn't fixed the audio for Bane yet, so we couldn't understand him.
Okay.
So when they first released it, Bane's audio was like ineligible to like understand. Like you could barely hear it, and I'm pretty sure when we saw it, we were like, "This guy's awesome." I have no idea what he's saying though.
Yeah.
But they like fixed it like a week later.
Oh.
Because I'm pretty sure when we bought the DVD, I was like,
"This is
he's actually speaking English."
Yeah. Yeah, I like Bane in this movie, kind of. I like it. Mainly, I like his dialogue a lot. He says a lot of
Tom
interesting
Hardy
dialogue.
came up with the line, "What a beautiful voice," when the kid is singing the national anthem.
Yeah, that's cool. The voice itself was kind of wonky for me at first. Not just because we saw it, but like when we actually watched it again, and even to this day, it's still kind of wonky. But I think it works. And both Heath Ledger and Tom Hardy, I have a hard time
seeing
Heath Ledger and Tom Hardy.
I still, I think over the past 3 years, I've kind of accepted that is Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
But before then, it was like unfathomable.
Yeah, it was.
Except for that one scene where you do see Tom Hardy's face.
Yeah, in the pit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Up until I still can't when I was watching him for this, I was like, I can't see Heath Ledger and I can't see Tom Hardy.
Same thing with Heath Ledger. The only time that you actually see his face without makeup is when he attempts to assassinate Gordon.
But even then, because of the prosthetics,
he still has the prosthetic scars.
So even then, it looks like the Joker. It doesn't look like Heath Ledger.
Especially if you watch 10 Things I Hate About You, the whole time I'm like,
that's the
Joker.
Yeah, I feel the same way, and I was really trying to, because there's not a whole lot of close-up shots of Bane's face. It's kind of like you kind of they
He's more
want you
like
to
a
see
statue.
they want you to see like his physique and like how big he is, which is good, but like there's not a whole lot of close up of his face to where you could just analyze it to see like, oh, that's definitely Tom Hardy, but like it really doesn't look like Tom Hardy at all. And I get the mask is like covering most of his face, but still.
It just even the like he does that voice he does kind of the voice in Bronson, and then he kind of does the voice. He does actually do the voice on Legend. He plays one of the brothers. He has that same voice, and then he also does it as Alfie in Peaky Blinders.
Oh,
Does the same voice, like or a similar version in all of them.
Tom
but
Hardy's in Peaky Blinders?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I haven't watched Peaky Blinders, so
it's good.
I want to watch it before the movie comes out.
But it's like he does the same voice, but I still just can't see it.
Yeah, no, I can't either. But I think he does a really good job. And at first I did not like the Bane because of like he was more realistic. Like he's just freakishly strong and is like not enhanced whatsoever. But and just a really good fighter. But like over time he's grown on me. I would have much preferred a more fantastical look to Bane. But
Not as fantastical as Batman and Robin, I'm assuming.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think just based on the time frame, they couldn't have made it look good.
I just don't like the thing that makes Bane such a special character that they always, which is weird because this one does the opposite. Bane is the brain and the brawn, but they always just make him the brawn. The thing that makes his character so special and important is that he is both.
Yes,
Like Batman. That's why Batman is such a good superhero, because he's the brain and brawn. But then they forget to do that with Bane. But it's almost like this movie, he's not entirely the brawn, because he's not.
He's more of just like the leader. He tells everybody else what to do and things like that. He gets his hands dirty a little bit, but not a whole lot. So yeah, I prefer having Bane be both the brain and the brawn, which they didn't do in Batman and Robin. But
I feel like he was also a little bit more terrifying than the Joker. Like if you were in person with him.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Because like, he's like, oh, Gordon died. He fell down the thing, and he was like, "What are you doing?" Chase him.
Yeah.
And he shoots the guy.
Yeah.
Or like when the guy's like hooking himself up, and he goes, "No, they're expecting one of us at the wreckage."
Well, I think the most intimidating scene of Bane is
When he breaks Batman's back.
Not even that. It's when
This thing.
yeah, with the hand over on the shoulder.
Do you feel powerful?
Yes, he's like, I paid you a small fortune, and this gives you power over me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That
the most
scene is-
intimidating. And then it cuts away to like that,
Just
the
snapping
lackey,
his neck.
and then you just hear the screaming, and it's like, oh, that's scary. That's
Because the guy just
scary.
yells at him, and you can just see he just calmly just. Do you feel powerful?
Yes,
And then the guy's face is just like, but we paid you a small fortune.
yeah.
Or Scarecrow being like, death or exile. And then Gordon's like, you're crazy if you think that me and my men are going to walk out on that ice. We choose death. And he goes, I take it death? And he's like, death by exile.
Yeah, that's funny. Cillian Murphy's in all three of these films as
He
Scarecrow.
wasn't supposed to be.
Really?
But Christopher Nolan's just
He really
loves
likes
his eyes.
him. Yeah, he really likes Cillian Murphy. Yeah, so then we get Selena Kyle as well.
I like her character in this movie. Not a lot of people do.
I do too.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, that's such a cool chant. I should listen to that. I might listen to the soundtrack when I go rock climbing today.
Nice. I bought you the vinyl,
Yeah.
which is really good.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is The Dark Knight Rises. They say rise so many times,
Yeah.
like a lot. I
This
didn't.
is the first time that we see Batman in like the daytime in a movie. Well, no, we see it in Batman and Robin.
Yeah,
And kind of in Returns, I guess.
yeah, a little bit, but I guess like
It's like a dusk type
yeah,
of.
yeah. That just made me lose my thought.
The dusk?
No, the
Rise? How many times do they say rise?
yeah. Oh, this is also like at the end of The Dark Knight, Batman leaves and he's gone for years.
It's 10 years.
Yes.
So this movie takes place during 2016.
Yeah. So this is what I like about it is that it takes from like The Dark Knight Returns.
Wait, no, it's not. Isn't it?
Is it 10 years?
No, it's 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I like the hermit Bruce Wayne.
I don't know what's up with his. For some reason, the scene where Alfred leaves, Christian Bale just looks so different. For some reason,
Because he just showered.
yeah.
Possibly.
I like his the thing that he puts on his knee. The audio is so disgusting.
Yeah.
That means that it's just so good where it's like.
I was thinking that when I was watching it. I want one of those for my back.
Yeah, you know what that sound is? It's either lettuce or celery.
Really?
I did that with, yeah.
The Foley?
See that? It's catching on.
Catching on. I'm learning ish.
I love Foley. Foley artists are so underrated, and especially for like this type of movie. But if you watch the Foley for A Quiet Place, because that is crazy how they came up with the clicking sound. They tased grapes, lowered the pitch, and slowed it down.
What?
Yeah.
They tased grapes?
Lowered the pitch, slowed it down, and then they added like the flaps is lettuce.
That's okay.
And like the sound of like zombies eating people is usually like a dude just chowing down on a bell pepper.
So when they do Foley, so they actually do, because you see people post videos of them doing like the Foley for movies and stuff. Do they actually they have the movie and they're watching it and then they're just like adding it, or do you think they watch the movie first, figure out what needs to be done, or?
So they do it at the same time as like the editors. So when they edit a scene, they'll send the scene over, they'll watch it over, and sometimes, usually what they do is they'll watch it a few times, get the right audio for it, and then they'll literally watch it, and then at the same time, like they're like footsteps, they're like with shoes, like, or if like it's people brushing past people, they'll take like clothes or whatever, and then like, I don't know if you can hear this on the mic, but they're like.
But why do they? What's the reason for Foley?
It kind of adds depth to it. So if you watch a lot of these like independent student films, there's just like you can just tell that it's like missing something. So Foley like really adds to it a lot, but it is a pain. The last short film I did all the Foley myself for the whole thing.
Oh, you added Foley in them?
The whole thing has Foley. Every scene has Foley.
Is it just that one, or is it all your short films?
I did all of it for this one, for the last one, but the only audio that was still in there was the dialogue. Everything else I changed, like literally opening wrappers, throwing a can, or walking, or like one of them is drinking something, a dog walking. It was difficult getting people to walk because timing the steps with several different people and a dog.
Oh yeah.
And then the running was difficult.
Right. That one,
the football was difficult.
Yeah, that one had a lot going on.
Yeah, there was a lot of. Oh, the video game thing was so difficult, especially the controller. Like how, my friend was using his controller.
He didn't make it easy for you, did he?
No. And then the footage of him playing a game. I don't know why we didn't just. I should have had him screen record it on his PlayStation and then him send the clip to me.
Yeah.
Take the audio out.
Yeah, interesting.
Then when he turns off his TV, that audio, rolling chair audio, everything, clothing.
So the Foley just
Foley makes it.
Yeah,
Foley makes the scene,
intensifies the sound and makes it, because I feel like it would just be a little. Most movies would be more quiet, right? From what I understand, it'd just be more quiet, and then you're not gonna get like footprints. Nobody really hears footsteps that often unless you have like.
Unless you really think about it, but they're always there.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
We're back on track here.
The cinematography.
Yeah, let's go to cinematography.
I think that this is like one of the craziest things that Christopher Nolan has done for a movie. Blowing up a hospital is crazy, but dropping a plane out of the sky.
That's real? That's practical? Oh.
That was crazy. But I do think the craziest one that he's done was in Tenet, which is similar to this one, I guess. Crashed a cargo plane.
Oh, yeah.
Into
I did hear about that.
That one was crazy. Oppenheimer,
the
bomb that you see isn't actually that big. Like, it's really not. That like the one that you see, it's not that big. And once you like see that, it's kind of ruins it a little bit.
Oh,
But
because you would like to think that Christopher Nolan actually created a nuclear bomb,
yeah,
right? And set it off somewhere in a desert.
yeah,
That would be insane.
yeah.
I couldn't even imagine. I think these movies make it so much better knowing that he uses a lot of practical effects. Because I feel like it shows that like the care that he puts into it to make it look good. And with it being a more realistic Batman, it works so much better. And I think it emphasizes a lot of scenes in the movie. Other than the
It meshes
Batman
well.
Begins, like I'm surprised he didn't practically crash a train.
Yeah.
You know, but like I think that would have helped the rushness of that monorail sequence.
I think the practicality also helps the character of Batman because this is more grounded, practical version. So I guess Christian Bale being on set probably would have helped.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan, and they kind of helped each other kind of find this world that they built.
Yeah,
But okay, people hate the Robin thing.
I hate it.
How they did it was weird, but I don't hate the idea.
So
Just
the
a
character, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, like obviously has some Robin-esque to him. Like he figured out who Batman was.
Like
Tim
Tim Drake.
And then like the whole orphan thing, obviously,
Like
all of them.
except for Tim. Tim has parents.
Yeah, Tim has parents, but yeah, the end with the whole Robin thing, I hate it because it was awkward. Like who names unless you have a first name Robin, like it felt forced to me.
Yeah, you should use that name more. Robin.
Yeah.
That line is forced.
Yes, this is
But
really forced.
The girl that plays. So actually, there was a lot of people on set for when they filmed the Bruce Wayne grave scene. So it says Maria Tate.
Miranda Tate.
Miranda Tate.
Yeah.
Instead, just so because there's a lot of people taking pictures, so everyone thought that she was like, oh, she's gonna die,
Right.
Even though she does, but they just changed it in post with CG.
Yeah.
to Bruce Wayne.
That's good. That's a good thing to not get out.
But she did say in the scene where she dies, she was like,
Worst death scene in a
probably-
movie.
Actually, I think if you go back and watch the original Magnificent Seven, there's some really bad deaths.
Okay,
in that
yeah.
one.
But I don't think it was her fault.
No, it wasn't. She like said at the premiere, she like went up to Christopher Nolan afterwards and was like, "Why did you use that take? That take was the worst." She even said she like took a mental note. She was like, "That was bad." After they filmed that part, she was like, "That was a bad take."
Oh, okay. That's
she was
not
like,
what I
"That
was
was
gonna
terrible."
say. Would like not makes it her fault. What I think doesn't necessarily make her fault is the way she's laying down in the truck.
Forced.
Yeah, because I think she wanted to do the like show that she's dead by like letting her head just fall, but
Her like
you
wrist
can't
being through the thing.
Yeah,
weird.
but you also can't like the way you're sitting, your head's not gonna fall that way because it's already kind of like in a position where it's not going to move, and so I feel like she forced her head to kind of fall a little bit, and like the breathtaking part where she's just like.
Bane's death is a little underwhelming too. It almost feels forgotten.
Well, it almost makes it seem like he didn't necessarily die. Obviously, I do think he did.
He's definitely dead.
Yeah, but like it's also Bane. Like he could have survived it. I mean, he got shot in the chest, so it could have saved him a little.
But it's
bit.
almost like forgettable.
It is forgettable.
Weird.
You kind of forget that it
But
happens.
and then the bomb drop. I do like how they veer away from. Oh, there's a big bad. It's almost like this is the conclusion to this Batman.
Yeah, and to like the trilogy itself, but I feel like Christopher Nolan left it open to possibly do another one. Like when it came out, I started like maybe a year after it came out, I started like seeing like fake articles about like Christopher Nolan filming a fourth one, but with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
There's no way he would do a fourth one.
No, but like having the but there was some like weird fake set photos
Of like Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Nightwing.
Yeah, but like a Batman version.
Yeah.
And it almost like reminded me of it was more like a Batman Beyond. It almost reminded me of like the Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight. Yeah, that's what I was. The Arkham Knight Batman Beyond suit is kind of like what it looked like.
I do think Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I don't know if he could do it now, but definitely not now. But he kind of, I could see him as Terry McGinnis back then.
Yeah, maybe at that point. I did find his character kind of annoying when they're on the bridge.
And he's like, I'm just walking.
Well, I guess any scene with that, and he's like, telling the kids like get on it, and just kind of being over the top with it. It just
he was a little overacting a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Did you know that the cop that is on the other
Dexter?
side? Yeah, that's Quinn.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
Well, Glenn Powell's in this one too.
Yeah, he is.
He's on Wall Street.
On Wall Street guy. Yeah.
I noticed that 2 watches ago. I was like, oh, because I just watched Dexter, and I was like, that guy looks so familiar. Is that Quinn?
Yeah.
Because this was during Dexter also, right? Yeah.
Yeah. No.
This would have been like right after Dexter ended, or right when Dexter ended, because Dexter ended in 2008.
Yeah.
So.
No, I think it was 2013. I believe.
Oh yeah, because it started.
Yeah, Dexter ended in 2013.
I'm pretty sure Harrison and I were born the same year. No. He's born 2 years after me.
Yeah.
Because he's supposed to be in New Blood. He's supposed to be technically like 14.
Yeah.
But for some reason he's like 17 or 18.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't. I picked up on Quinn being in The Dark Knight Rises when we were watching Dexter this last time, and I was like, and then when Quinn's character kind of emerges, I'm like, he looks really familiar. Who is that? And it wasn't like, oh, I've seen it. Like I remember him from Dexter because I didn't.
He's like screaming.
Yeah, I didn't remember him at all the first time I watched Dexter. I didn't realize.
Really?
I didn't like. He did not have an impact on me whatsoever. I do now.
I like his character a lot.
Yeah, I liked his character a lot this time around. The first time around, he did not make an impact on me whatsoever. But yeah, so yeah, this last time I was like, who is that? So I looked up his IMDb and I was like, oh, he's in The Dark Knight Rises, and immediately it clicked. So yeah,
this one just has so much to it.
It does, but it doesn't. I think this movie, out of all of them, filled the space. I love
Bane's story, like when the guy in the prison is telling Bruce Wayne the story of Bane.
Yeah, and it's almost like when you're watching
home to Bane. Like when Bane's there, it almost feels like a home.
Yeah.
And then he leaves. And it's like, oh, this is a prison.
Right. Yes. Yeah, and it is his home and things like that. And it's just... But, like, I guess when you first watch it, you're kind of like... When they show the flashbacks of the child, you're like, that could be Bane. But, like, if somebody had never watched it and watched it now, they would probably be like, That's not who Bane is. That's a little girl. Yeah. So that's going to probably be an adult female that is, and then they'll probably connect the dots a lot easier.
Again, with like seeing these movies over and over again, that twist doesn't get me.
No, it doesn't. No, not at all.
I'm just conditioned to these stories.
The fight scene when Bane
on the roof.
No, when Bane breaks Batman's back
is amazing. The fight scene's a little weird.
So it starts out and there's no music whatsoever. There's no sound.
It's almost like, ooh, this is...
It's awkward.
Yeah. But to me...
But then it starts to pick up.
The first hit is almost awkward. And it's like, oh, I'm just watching this poor guy get beat on.
Yes. And then it picks up a little bit. And the only thing I would have wished... There's 2 things with this that I wish they would have done better. Was when he... breaks Batman's back over his knee.
It doesn't look right.
It doesn't look like it would work. Like
it doesn't look
there
like
needed to be like maybe a second of him holding it like that before dropping him.
Because that's so iconic.
Yeah, like and then also having him kind of bend a little bit more over his knee. I think that would have had a bigger impact on like him actually breaking his back because it is an iconic comic book cover. And comic book and Nightfall. It's just like I don't read comic books, but like I know that one specifically, and I think if they would have just given it a little bit more time, of him just having Batman on his knee like that, like just even like half a second, I think it could have been a little bit better. Also,
I like the mask being shattered.
yes, that, but I wish they would have given us a shot of Bruce with the half the mask, because that would have looked so good. And like even if it was just like a split second of them carrying him and it's like just like an underneath kind of shot of his face, I think would have been made it even more impactful, because you see like Bruce is like knocked out, he's obviously hurt, maybe throw in some blood, and some type of bruising already, I think would have been helpful to those, because I saw somebody was like saying that, because I think it's 6 months between that happening and then him coming back fully healed. Somebody who said that that's, for this type of movie, it's a little ridiculous because it wouldn't happen, which is probably true, but
it's a Batman movie.
Yeah, it is a Batman movie, so you take that into account. And then it's crazy, and nobody picks up on it, but when he comes back, it doesn't necessarily, they don't explain like how he got into Gotham.
Yeah, I like that. I like how thinking like it's Batman. Yeah. Batman's gonna get back into Gotham.
Yeah, and I like how Anne Hathaway's Selena Kyle, like she saw and she like subtly but like very obvious the excitement that she had on her face that he was back, that was gonna save the day, which was done really, really well. Yeah, overall, like this movie is it's not my favorite. It's okay in my opinion. I think there's a lot more things that I find wrong with it, but like
the posters for this movie are the best of the trilogy.
Yes, yeah, I agree. But I think there's so much that I don't like about this movie that it just kind of takes me out of the good parts of it. Like everything with Bane is really, really good. It's just that there's just always something lingering that bothers me about it. But overall, it's a really good movie, and I think it's a really good end
to the story.
To the story itself.
It's also the first Batman that really got a conclusion.
Yes, I also don't like necessarily
live action.
Yeah, the ending. When I like it. They're in Florence and Alfred sees that he's alive. I get that that's like from the beginning of that, and that's what makes sense with like film and stuff like that. But like to have him just like see this person that he raised, he's alive, doesn't say a word to him, they don't say a word back, and then they just go about their business. It kind of bothers me because like nobody's gonna do that.
Like especially in this one, Alfred's like, I don't want you to die. Like doing this. He's like, I can't live in this house anymore. I have to leave. And he's like, I'm not gonna watch the boy who's like cries. I heard echo through these walls. Like, do this.
Yes, that scene particularly kind of very emotional. Yeah. Like more emotional than I thought it would. Even like the 50th time of watching this,
it
weird? Still hits me.
Is it weird that it reminds me of Megamind when Minion leaves?
Yes. Yeah, a lot of things nowadays remind you of Megamind. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah, but like I don't think anybody that raises somebody and thinks that they're dead and then realizes that they're alive is just gonna walk off into the sunset and not be, like, oh my gosh, you're alive, and then like I would want them to like spend time together, and it was weird.
I don't like that for that reason, but it works because of Michael Caine. Because Michael Caine just looks at him, and then you almost see like the what if, and then he like sees it's him, and then his face just lightens up like it is someone that he's raised. Yeah, and then
Bruce just kind of
holds a glass up, and then he just like smiles, and then nods his head.
Yeah, and then leaves. Because that's like I feel like that's what he was like. That's the only reason he goes there was for that particular moment to happen, even though he didn't think it actually would happen. And then it does. And he's like, all right, cool. Like I came here for what I needed. Now I can move on.
But you're telling me that they both know that they're in the same city. And then Alfred's just like, I'm leaving.
Yeah. Let me just go back and, live my life and never talk to this person again. Let them live out their life. Ain't happening. No matter how fantastical it is, it doesn't matter if it's a movie or it's a Batman movie, it's not gonna happen. But I get it. It's the end of the movie. It's fine. But
it's a good conclusion.
yeah, overall, it's a really good conclusion.
You ready for this trivia?
Yeah, mine might suck, but yeah.
Okay, one of these questions, I know you're not gonna do it. I know you're not gonna get it.
Okay.
What is the name of the guy who captures Bane at the beginning of the movie? The guy that's interrogating him.
I don't know his name, but I'm pretty sure there was supposed to be like hinting at Deathstroke or Deadshot. One of those two.
His name is Slade Wilson.
Yes.
Which is known as Deadshot.
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke. Wow, that was bad.
Yeah. Yes,
I did know Deadshot, that. And that threw me off.
Yeah, but I couldn't remember if it was like the name or something like that. But I knew it was one of those two characters. So was that the one you thought I wouldn't get?
Mm. Dang it. And then I got. What is the name of the prison where Bruce is kept after Brain breaks his back? It's easier than you'd think.
The Pit.
Yeah.
Okay, that is okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this one's kind of easy, but who is the child who actually escaped the pit?
Talia.
Yep.
Yeah. Or Miranda Tate, whichever one.
Yeah. Do you want me to do quotes next?
Yeah, go for it. I'm on a roll.
Okay. That's not right. Okay. A hero can be anyone.
Batman.
Yep. There's a storm coming, Mr. Wayne.
That's Selena Kyle. That was one of mine, so I knew that one.
I don't think you're going to get this one. The Batman has to come back.
The Batman has to come back? Jim Gordon.
Ah, dang it. I thought you were going to say Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It's because I'm pretty sure that's when
that was going to be my first choice, but then I was like, wait, let me think about it a little bit. Yeah.
Because when he's in the hospital and he has the thing on, and then he has the ski mask or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
when
immediately got that.
When Bruce, that's an underrated scene. When Bruce went in the hospital for skiing, he's like, I need to make sure I'm good for skiing. And he's like, you have no cartilage in your knees. And he goes, or he's like, this is a knee with like cartilage. And he goes, oh, that looks fine. And he goes, no, this is yours.
Yeah, there's
no cartilage.
Nothing. Yeah, and the actor that they chose to play that, I think, added a lot of comedic relief to that scene.
And then he's like, your body is 96% scar tissue.
Yeah, that's crazy. Even though,
we saw it in The Dark Knight, and it
wasn't that bad. Yeah, even though,
but
it was a big dog.
Yeah, it was a dog. It was a big dog.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you already took one of my quotes.
I'm going to do bad on these
well, I
questions.
don't know. This one you're going to get easily because it's one of the most famous lines from this film.
It's Bane.
Yeah.
You're going to say that you think darkness is your ally.
Yeah, but merely you adopted the dark. I was born in it.
Molded by
it. Yeah.
Well, he starts it off by saying, you fight like a younger man, admirable, yet futile.
Yeah.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally.
Did you say this? A hero can be anyone?
Yep.
Even a man doing something as simple as reassuring as putting a coat around a young boy's shoulders to let him know that the world hadn't ended.
He says that to Commissioner Gordon at the end before he drops off the bomb.
Yeah, that's a really good line. Both this line, and the one in Batman Begins, he says just a simple line that lets the other person know who it is.
Yeah, it's
without
not
actually
what I
telling
do,
them.
Or it's not who I am underneath. It's what I do that defines me. And the writer's like, Bruce.
Yeah, so I like how he didn't like necessarily tell anybody, even like Lucius Fox. Like Lucius Fox just kind of picked up on it.
Yeah.
Like
this one's I should have said this for the Dark Knight one, but the ending of that, they didn't know how to end it, and that shot I'm pretty sure is when Batman is chasing, the Joker with the Batpod, but they didn't know how to end it, like what to do, and then they came with that monologue, and then they were like, Christopher Nolan they were trying to figure it out, and then he's like, what if it just ends with the light at the tunnel?
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, okay.
That's good. All right. So how many pounds did Tom Hardy gain for the role of Bane?
Well, he had just done Warrior.
Mm-hmm. He was big for that one.
Yeah. I'm going to say 100 pounds?
No, not that much.
60?
No.
40?
Almost.
20?
No.
30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beating around the bush on that one.
Well, Christian Bale for Batman Begins gained like 200 pounds.
It
Because
was 100.
It was like 100.
I have it
150,
written here.
110.
Those
Those are very different numbers.
Yeah, he
120.
find it. Let me find it.
Because he filmed The Machinist and ate. I think he smoked a cigarette. I had a saltine cracker and like an apple every day.
Yes.
And then immediately bulked up.
Yeah, it was a crazy. I did. Yeah, he gained 100 pounds of muscle after filming The Machinist, but he was too big.
Yeah, for
the bat suit.
Yeah, they were like, I guess a prop or a costume guy was like, oh, Christian, what are we filming? Are we filming Batman or are we filming Fat Man? So they had to wait another month for him to slim down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, if you lose that much weight for like The Machinist, and then just immediately start eating, you are going to gain weight so fast, and it's going to be really rapid, and it's going to be a lot. So I don't know how he necessarily ate after The Machinist.
I don't think he got up to like Vice type of size.
Right, yeah. But like...
Or American Hustle.
I don't think it would have taken him that long to do that.
No. He did it in 6 months.
Yeah. Okay. What was Bane's voice inspired by? I think you might have said this.
A Roman and Gypsy? Bare knuckle fighter?
It says Gypsy Boxer, but yeah, pretty much. Do you know the name?
What does it start with?
A B? Bartley Gorman. Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's the voice was supposed to make Bane sound intelligent and unsettling, which I think did a really good job.
Oh, I love the trench coat that they came up with
for Bane.
Yeah, because it's like a Russian general.
Yes,
and then it has like British like thing.
Yeah,
that was cool. Also, the blowing up the football field was practical, not entirely, but there's like little like dirt explosions.
Yes, yeah, and that's the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's Heinz, and I don't know if the other team is real or not, but I picked up on, I saw Ben Roethlisberger and Heinz Ward, Heinz Ward is the one that carries the football all the way while the field is exploding.
Yeah, that reminded me of like This Is the End.
Yes,
when the pit happens and then they like turn around like, oh, what?
Yeah, and then was Anne Hathaway really driving the Bat Pod?
No, it was a dude.
Yes. Yeah, that is right.
It was a dude.
Yeah, I found that out almost recently, kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's baffling. That's a dude.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird to know that now. But,
yeah, that's a dude.
Did I get it all? Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all of it, unless there's something else you want to talk about on the Dark Knight Rises.
Let's go with our Letterboxd rankings or review, and then we'll do our rank them.
Okay.
I gave Batman Begins a 3.5.
I also gave Batman Begins a 3.5.
I gave The Dark Knight a 4.
I give The Dark Knight 4.5.
I think I'm gonna change mine, and then I gave Dark Knight Rises a 4.
I only gave it a 3.5. I almost went with 3, but after watching it this last time, I was like, okay, I can keep it at a 3.5. Okay.
So for this one, let's do 2 different rankings. We'll do favorite, or least favorite to favorite, and then critically acclaimed. Like, what is critically the best?
Okay. So my least favorite to favorite.
You're gonna say Rises Begins Night.
I don't know. I think this last time, I'm gonna change it. In the past, it's always been Rises Begins Night, but I think this time it'll be Begins Rises Night. Only because I don't care about Batman origin stories. Even though it was done really well and was shot really well, I don't care. Just give me Batman. Like, I know the story enough. Just give me Batman, and we'll move on.
So mine is from least favorite to favorite is The Dark Knight. No, I'm kidding. Is Batman Begins, Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises.
You're joking.
No. Dark Knight Rises is my favorite of the three.
Why?
I don't know. There's just something about it. I just like that one the most. I just like Bane.
Okay. Well, I guess.
But even it's weird because I love Two-Face. I think it's because I've seen Dark Knight too many times. But I just love Two-Face in Dark Knight. But I love Bane.
Okay. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, even though it could be wrong.
Oh, no, it's not. There's some people out there that are agreeing with me.
I don't think so.
They're
Actually, there probably is, but
and they're all right.
no, I think Dark Knight is so much more enjoyable.
I feel like I can watch Rises more.
I don't think I can, mainly because like there's a good period of time in the beginning where Bruce is not Batman anymore. Then there's a whole period of time when the whole 6 months that Bruce is trying to recover and get out of the pit, where there's no Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what makes it not as good as the Dark Knight. Whereas in the Dark Knight, it's all Batman.
I don't know how we didn't talk about this. This one is, everyone always talks about this. These two big fight scenes in The Dark Knight Rises. The first time Batman and Selina Kyle team up on the roof. If you look to the left, there's a guy that doesn't even get hit. He just falls on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the very end, when they have this big brawl, if you just look at everyone, they're just kind of like holding each other.
Mm-hmm.
No one's really fighting. That one doesn't really take me out though.
Well, I think the fight scenes in Dark Knight Rises is the worst.
Yeah.
Batman Begins.
I love the
doable.
beginning one in Batman Begins when they all like grab him and he just yells.
Yeah.
And then they all like start fighting in the dirt.
Mm-hmm. I think that one is okay, and then I think that I feel like there's not a whole lot of it in the Dark Knight, which is fine because I don't like the way Batman fights in these movies. Mm-hmm. So I think that's why I just don't like the Dark Knight Rises as much as the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Critically, what are you putting them? I feel like we both know.
Critically, The Dark Knight is better.
Critically
is the best. And then Batman Begins, and then The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. I think it has to go that.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Critically, that's how...
Dark Knight.
I don't think there's a question. I think that's just the answer.
I can hear out an argument that Rises is better than Begins, but from a general filmmaking standpoint, Batman Begins hit all of its marks that it was trying to,
mm-hmm.
and I feel like Rises aimed a little higher than it hit.
Yeah,
but Dark Knight hit way higher than it was trying to.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, there's some like simple stuff, like nitpicky stuff that I don't like in The Dark Knight, like when Joker sets off that pile of money, he throws a match down, and then or a cigarette, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And the fire, it starts, and then it cuts the other guy, cuts back, and then it's fully engulfed. Like half the money's been burned.
Oh yeah, true. Mm-hmm. I can see that. Yeah, that's very nitpicky. Mm. But yeah.
Favorite scene from Rises? I feel like it has to be the pit, like when he's rising. It's a great one. Or Bane versus Batman.
Bane versus Batman 1. Yeah. Where
the first one.
Yeah, when he breaks Batman's back, because it's just so iconic of the comic book.
And that scene is also so iconic now.
Yeah, even though the fight choreography for Batman sucks, it's still really good. And
opening scene, it's great.
It's okay.
Do you feel powerful?
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That is a good one. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Nightfall scene. I'm gonna just call it the Nightfall scene. But yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just. I'd say I'd probably go with but yeah, I feel like there's no question. It has to be that. Mm-hmm. That or the pit. Him leaving the pit.
Yeah, the rise part of it is good. I just don't think it's as good as Nightfall.
I do like how he I don't know what's going on. But he's almost like forgotten his patience, which I think is kind of like a callback to the year one comic. How he's like, I can't wait any longer. I need to know like what symbol I need to be. But he's like, I need to leave now. I need to leave now. And then the guy's like, no, this is gonna take time.
Right.
And it almost like humbles him. And then they take a beat for the movie.
Yeah. All right. Well, anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, that was our review on the Dark Knight trilogy.
You can watch our episode on Friday about movie news.
And then following Tuesday will be our Criterion of the month, which is the movie Chronos,
directed by Guillermo del Toro.
Yep. So if you want to watch that one before that comes out, go for it. And we'll talk about it on Tuesday. Here is our website.
It'll also be in the description of wherever you're listening to this.
Yep. So all of our socials, all of our listening platforms, go check it out.
Yeah. And remember, a hero can be anyone, even a man doing something as simple as reassuring as putting a coat around a young boy's shoulders to let him know the world hasn't ended, and now Gotham can rest because a hero has saved it. And in saving it, he saved himself.